And again, thank everyone that's on the call for participating in our, second annual with multiple chambers, third annual because we did New Haven at the beginning of the pandemic, Chamber Wellness Challenge. And first up, I want to thank Charter Oak State College as our title sponsor. And I want to turn this over to Nancy Taylor of Charter Oak for a couple words.
Great, thanks, Eric. Charter Oak State College was really thrilled to be able to sponsor the Chamber Wellness Challenge this year. Many of our programs that we offer at Charter Oak are centered around the healthcare field. So it was kind of a real natural for us to be able to sponsor this. For those of you who don't know us, Charter Oak State College is the state's public online college, and we work mainly with working adult students. And so again, this was a perfect opportunity to work with chambers of commerce and a whole bunch of working adults to see if we could get folks up and moving and really talk about different types of wellness. And there's any type of wellness, as Eric and I had talked about at the beginning of this. There's actual wellness of walking your steps, but there's also financial wellness and occupational wellness. And we did a great event a few weeks ago talking about the Great Reset, the great reorganization that's going on, and education with the New Haven Chamber. So again, we were just really excited to do this. And I have to tell you personally, I have a new boss who's the provost of the college who came on board about a year ago, and Dave Ferreira. And Dave was a real ringer. We had no idea that he could walk 10,000 steps a day. So it turns out having a dog makes things easier. But at any rate, I know personally this got me thinking about my own health and wellness. And I've never counted steps before. So it got me doing this, and hopefully it's something that I'll continue to take with me. So I want to say that, the real winners here, there's a few, obviously the chambers who, were able to reinvigorate your membership as well. And I think that's a great part of the Chamber Wellness Challenge. Eric did a great job getting more chambers this year. What did we have, Eric? 15 chambers that took part this year. And that was just great. And I'm hoping for even bigger and better things next year. To get even more chambers involved. But I think this was a great opportunity for chambers to be able to reach out to your membership and be able to talk to them about, some way to do some sort of kind of team building exercise. I know at Charter Oak State College, we use this as a little bit of a team building exercise as well. So that was great. Obviously, the other real winners here are the nonprofits, and really excited to talk about, what each of the nonprofits did and what you will be able to do. And while the money is I know not enormous, but every little bit helps, I know, as nonprofits. But I think it was also about getting out your message and your mission to a much wider audience as well. So for Newington, New Haven, and Waterbury, the Children's Theater, and Marrakech, and literacy volunteers, we were thrilled to be able to help you out. And this is such a big part of the Chamber Wellness Challenge. And I love the fact that Eric has incorporated the support for nonprofits into this as well. And then I'll say, the final part is that I think all of us who took part in this were the real winners. We had more of a focus on our health and well-being. And I think, I'm hoping that more people took part also, not just in the Steps Challenge, but in the Doing a Good Deed Challenge and the Connecting with Nature Challenge. And all those things that were meant to sort of make us stop and think about what we're doing with our lives and our day-to-day existence, and particularly coming out of COVID, when this has been so tough for all of us. And many of us are still working remotely, and some of us are working in odd situations. But to be able to take this Chamber Wellness Challenge, focus on our health, focus on our mental and spiritual and every other type of well-being. And Eric, I just want to say, you did a great job. Your team did a great job. The chambers, particularly the three, Newington, New Haven, and Waterbury, huge congratulations to you. You did a great job. And to all the folks from the three nonprofits, Newington Children's Theater, Marrakech, and literacy volunteers, congratulations. Good luck to all of you. And thanks again for allowing Charter Oak State College to be the primary sponsor of this.
Well, thanks again, Nancy, to you and Ed and everyone at Charter Oak. without a doubt, the initiatives you have with employers in Connecticut to help them better educate employees and create our workforce advantages as we are still in this, interesting time. It's great. Been a great partner on this, and look forward to continued partnership. We also want to do a shout out to the other sponsors that we had post-university: Waterbury Hospital, St. Mary's Hospital, United Healthcare, and the Dance Corner. All played a role in helping us with the Chamber Wellness Challenge, and we're thankful for that. So with that, we get the drum roll, please. We congratulate the Charity of Choice winners, with Newington coming in first and earning $1,000 check from BlueBack Health to Newington Children's Theater. Second place with Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce, earning a $500 payout to Marrakech. And then third place with Waterbury, earning $250 to Literacy Volunteers of Waterbury. And so with that, now moving forward, turning to Waterbury, I want to introduce and say thanks to Chris Caulfield. Chris works for the Waterbury Regional Chamber. He and I had a lot of, in our team, a lot of interaction throughout the 91 days, all great stuff. The Chamber did a great job of getting sponsorships and employer groups to sign up. And so, Chris, I'm thankful to you and Lynn and everyone at the Chamber. And so I want to turn it over to you for a few words, and then to introduce Jess.
Sure. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Again, it was great competing with all of you over these 91 days. It was a hard fought battle trying to get to this third place, but the Waterbury Chamber pulled through, down from second place last year to third place this year. But next year we're going to try and gun for first, so that way we can have all three trophies sitting on our mantle at some point. But yeah, real proud to be able to secure this donation for Literacy Volunteers of Waterbury. And I'd like to turn it over to Jessica Rio, who is their representative for the organization. So Jess, go ahead, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. I really appreciate the support from the Chamber and from this challenge, and being able to receive a donation to Literacy Volunteers. For those of you who don't know, we are an adult literacy program. We are housed in the Silas Bronson Library downtown in Waterbury, but we actually service the 14 towns in the greater Waterbury area. And what we do is we provide free tutoring to adults in the community in English as a second language, basic literacy, and U.S. citizenship. So what we do is we recruit volunteers from the community who go through our very short training process, and they're able to meet with their students once a week for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours and work with them on personal goals, whether it be to learn English, whether it be to get citizenship, get their driver's license, get a better job, be able to read to their child, whatever the case may be. We are here to support them through that. Our mission is to help achieve literacy for all. And again, our program is completely free of charge. Most of the adults that we do serve are reporting low to extremely low income, so we don't want to create a financial burden to them. So we do offer our services for free. We're always looking for volunteer tutors. So if anybody on the call might be interested in giving back to the community in a different way, feel free to reach out. But it's a really great program. On average, we serve over 200 adults in the community and help them better their lives through literacy. So this money will help us be able to continue that mission, and we really appreciate your support.
Well, thanks, Jess. And, I'm headed on vacation tomorrow, but when I get back, we're going to coordinate so I can pay a visit and deliver the check. And I know it'll go to great use. So thank you for all that you do. And again, thanks to Lynn and Chris and the Waterbury Chamber for their support.
Thank you so much.
Up next, in second place, we have the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce. And again, I want to thank everyone at the Greater New Haven Chamber, Garrett and Tamika and Glenn and everyone. It's been a great partnership. And, as a reminder, some may not know, but, this conversation started probably about 5 years ago about a Chamber Wellness Challenge, as I'm on the Healthcare and Life Sciences Council. I'm also on the Waterbury Health Council. But with that said, I want to thank the Chamber for supporting the Chamber Wellness Challenge. and I will turn it over to Garrett for a couple comments, and then he'll introduce Heather.
Great, thanks, Eric. Appreciate all the support of the sponsors, especially Charter Oak, and great to see Nancy. And thanks for the event that we had a few weeks ago. And Eric, really appreciate the partnership to be able to do the first one under some constrained conditions, and amazing to see where this has gone to now. We had a great team, and Glenn, who you probably heard talking earlier, was our cheerleader and kept us going. So appreciated everyone who got us to second place. It's a lot of fun participating in this, and we look forward to doing it again, and love being able to participate with so many of our chamber colleagues from across the state. I now want to introduce Heather LaTorra. She is the vice chair of our chamber, but she's also the CEO of Marrakesh, and Marrakesh is the nonprofit organization that we wanted to support with our second place finish today. Heather?
Thank you, Garrett, and thank you, everyone. It was so exciting to once again take part in this event. This time I kind of had a thorn in my side named Glenn, but that's okay. He kept me walking.
Likewise.
Thank you to our Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce for designating us as charity of choice. I really appreciate that. And also for everyone working really hard and walking, and your poor dogs, I know, are tired. And but thank you for that. And in case you don't know, Marrakesh is a statewide human service, full service nonprofit organization that supports people with developmental disabilities, people with mental health issues, people who are homeless, people that are in the DCF foster care system. And basically, although we support a wide range of people, over 1,000 people a year, really the common thread is self-sufficiency and quality of life. So every dollar donated goes back to people's self-sufficiency, becoming more independent, getting a job, keeping a job, and having a great quality of life. Like you all were talking about a vacation coming up, or a promotion, something that makes your life better, family, that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to all of you for participating and for that very generous donation. You could also help by employers that need to employ people, which are many of us. We have wonderful job candidates that would be perfect. And we also always look for board volunteers, and even landlords with safe, affordable housing. We're always looking for that in the community. So thank you. And thank you for listening to my commercial as well.
Well, thanks for that, Heather. Same thing. When I get back, I'll schedule some time to get together. And I know that'll go to great use with all the things that you guys do, and then also the things that you don't have. You know, last year we had done what we call a pop-up challenge with Heather and her team to try to get donations of simple things like paper goods, you know, because her staff, you know, was buying, probably still does, I'm not probably, they do still buy, you know, toilet paper and paper towels and so on for their customers when they're going in to check in and do things with their customers and make sure things are as best as they can be. So thank you for that. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. And then moving into the next is the Newtown Chamber of Commerce earning first place. Obviously, we know the average step count was staggering. And I can tell you, when you look at their overall population, everyone in the Newtown Chamber was doing significant work in walking. And so it wasn't an aberration or a weighted average that got skewed. And I want to turn that over to Leslie Civitello, who's executive director of the chamber. Also a big call out to Tiffany Ham, who's in that van with 85 children on the way to North Carolina. Tiffany's a huge advocate and does work, you know, for the chamber, aside from her full-time job. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Leslie.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to thank Eric for putting together this challenge once again this year. He came to us and said, are we going to do it again? And I said, sure, but this time we're going to come in first. And Tiffany was right behind me saying, yeah, we're going to get them this time. We're not going to be third. We're not going to be fourth. And we're definitely going to beat West Hartford. So I just wanted to say that that was 1-2 the whole time. And I think 1 week we came in second behind West Hartford. And you know, you should have seen Tiffany. She was jumping on us. She was texting everybody. She was sending out emails, telling everybody to get out there and do their steps so we could get back up there in first place. So she was definitely the motivating factor on our side. Tiffany, thank you very much. Nancy, I want to say thank you for supporting this. This is a great endeavor, and it helps a lot of people, I think, in just recognizing the fact that it's a daily challenge. It's a daily, commitment. And, like a lot of us, we have our own commitments, and, fitting one more thing in for the greater good is always a challenge. So, but we were able to get there. I'm really happy for that. Our charity of choice this year was the Newtown Children's Theater Company. They've been a chamber member now for a few years, and with all of the trials and tribulations of the pandemic, they had some tough times behind them now. I'd like to introduce Christy Francisco, and he is the president of the Newtown Children's Theater Company.
Thank you, Leslie, and thank you, everybody. Thank you to Charter Oak College for sponsoring, and to BlueBack Health for making it possible for us to proudly and gratefully accept the donation on behalf of Newtown Children's Theater Company. It's really remarkable how the Newtown team. Well, first of all, in the couple of years that I've been the president and have been involved in the Newtown Chamber of Commerce, it really is remarkable what kind of a community we have in Newtown and just how we rally together to help each other. And this is just another example of that. It's just fantastic. And I can tell you, there were days where I only got 4,000 or 5,000 steps in. So there are a lot of people carrying a lot of it, overcompensating for that. Just for my own shortcomings. It really is remarkable, though, the dedication and the sense of community we have in Newtown, and we're really grateful for it. And just briefly about the Newtown Children's Theater Company, we just started our 60th season. We're Connecticut's longest running children's theater. And as Leslie mentioned, with the pandemic, not that there's ever a good time for this, but we had just moved and we're ready to build a new theater in a new location. And then we had to shut down and had nothing coming in for basically 2 years. So we don't have our own performance space right now. We're in the process of raising money to do that. So things like this really help us. In the meantime, we're continuing with the programming. We're getting a lot of our families back. We're getting a lot of new ones back. Our new ones getting involved now. And we're doing our performances at spaces that we're renting until we can get our own space up. So it's really terrific to have the support of the community. And I do hope that anyone in town would come see some of our shows. And we have a lot of big plans for our 60th year. And my chamber friends will be hearing probably more about it than they care to. But thank you again, everybody, for your support, and congratulations to everybody making this a success. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris, and look forward to getting together with you, like I said to the others, when I do get back. So then when we look at it, moving on, obviously we can't do this without everyone's efforts. And when I created the notion of a Chamber Wellness Challenge, it really was to help strengthen the Chamber's presence with their membership, get people moving, get people talking to each other outside of normal business or just your smaller circle of friends. Little did we know when we first launched this, March of 20, we were going to launch it right at the beginning of the pandemic. And here's what's happened. This year we upped our count because we had more chambers participating. So everyone reported 220 million steps in just 3 months. And then if you use the circumference of the earth, and maybe 2,000 steps a mile, it's about 4.4 times around the earth. Then also when we look at the community impact, which was really important when we designed it, hence the charity of choice theme, let's benefit those organizations that are delivering great services and support to our communities. So we had those challenges like Heartfelt and Good Deed, the longest day through Alzheimer's, Duck Day in Waterbury, to help neighbors positively. And then also our programming, which we obviously, if you didn't know, we run wellness programs for our clients, both financial and physical well-being, since we are in the health insurance space. But, it's a holistic approach to health and well-being. And it gave us an overarching view of fun and engaging employee wellness. And now, in the middle or on the back end, hopefully somewhat of the pandemic, employers now more than ever are focusing on the various, what we call dimensions of purpose with their employees. Physical well-being is one, emotional, occupational, financial, all of those are in the program we've been working with for a number of years. And so I think it's taken a new vision. And again, I want to thank everyone for joining in on this. And when we look at some of the stats that we had, 85% of our participants mastered the physical dimension of wellness. And what does that mean? Well, a number of people completed their own health awareness survey. We call it age gauge. And so therefore we can see the, high level output, the statistics to say everyone feels like they've mastered their physical dimension of wellness. The majority of folks that participated don't use any type of tobacco product, whether it's cigarettes, cigars, vaping, and then also 70% had a blood pressure within acceptable ranges. And these are all the things that we work on with employers to strategize on how to deploy resources and awareness and education aside from the health plan that supports the needs that folks have. And so then some other areas that we're focused on working on were fruits and vegetables, legumes and beans in your diet, and then also taking the mental time to recharge daily. And we all know that, we can't do enough of that, especially with everything that's been going on. So with that said, now I want to go into the raffle prizes. I want to thank the chambers that were able to secure some raffle prizes for us. And I also know some chambers were not able to because, that well is a little bit dry right now. So it's, thank them for making the effort. This is the outline. What we're going to do is use a random number generator and the listing of folks that qualified, which in the end were folks that walked at least the minimum number of steps, the 7,500 a day, which was 682,500. And then also those that did that and then some by participating in our other challenges that we had. And so over on my right screen, hence why my eyes are going in a different direction, I have a random number generated. We have about 140 people that are eligible for these raffle prizes. And so we're going to do the random number generator. I'll let you know who that person is. And then Susan, my office coordinator, will be reaching out to these individuals to make sure that we get these gifts to them. So with that said, the first up, we have two $20 ShopRite gift cards, which is a handful of supermarkets in the greater Hartford area. And so with that said, the first one is number 157 on the list, which is going to be Shuping Zhu, which is out of First County Bank and the Bridgeport Chamber of Commerce. So that is number one. And then for the second one, we're going to go to number 46. And the second gift card is going to be Stephanie Frederick, also from First County Bank and the Bridgeport Chamber. It's not a stacked deck. You can hear some people saying that, but if Glenn doesn't win, then it's all good. The next up is Highland Park, two $10 gift cards. That is, again, a supermarket in the greater Hartford area. And we're going to go to number 76, which, okay, how is this going? It's Duncan Lee out of First County Bank. I wish I was taping all this behind the scenes, right? And then the second Highland Park gift card is going to 106, which is Tim O'Connor out of the Bridgeport Chamber. And we'll be reaching out to Tim on that. Then for the Rebel Dog, I think I'm up to 4, right? Yes. The Rebel Dog coffee gift card. That's going to be number 134, which is Erica Smith Rappaport out of the West Hartford Chamber. Congratulations to her. The next one is going to be Augie and Ray's, which is a landmark in East Hartford, Connecticut. So people that are coming to the rejuvenated UConn football game could probably use that. And that's going to be number 118, which is Fred Petrossi of Webster Bank and the Trumbull Chamber of Commerce. Next up, it's one gift, but 2 tickets to My Fair Lady at the Palace Theater in Waterbury. Thanks to the Waterbury Chamber for securing that donation for the raffle. And the winner of that is going to be Joseph Cantone of Spectric Services, which is the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce. The next up, and thanks to the Old Saybrook Chamber of Commerce for getting a $100 gift certificate to the Saybrook Point Resort and Marina. If you've not been to Old Saybrook, this is a gorgeous facility on the water. With that, the winner of that is going to be Lindsay O'Grady, who is with the Waterbury Regional Chamber. Moving on, thanks to the Bridgeport Regional Business Council and the chambers of Bridgeport, Stratford, and Trumbull, we have 2 gift cards. The first is to the Vucella Italian restaurant, and the winner of that is going to be number 56 on the list, and that is going to be Jasip Gruel at Spectric Services and the New Haven Chamber of Commerce. And then the next one, which is the Tiny Cellar Specialty Liquor Store. When we look at that, that's going to be number 63, which is going to be Chip Januski from the West Hartford Chamber. And congratulations to Chip. Chip did a great job. He was, I believe, in the top 20, and I'm sure will appreciate and make the trip down to pick up his libations. Next up, thanks to New Haven for the gift certificates for Villa Lulu and also the Philly cheesesteak. And we have 4 gift certificates there. So for the first 2, the Villa Lulu is going to be number 16, which is Sean Burke from the Connecticut River Valley Chamber. So congratulations to Sean on that. And then the next one is number 27, which is going to be Jill Cretella from Marrakech. So congratulations to Jill on that. Then on Philly cheesesteak, we have number 101, which is going to be, and Paul, you're on the call today. So Paul from Newington Chamber, congratulations on that, Paul. Did I just do, Susan, did I just do 2 Philly cheesesteaks or only 1?
1.
1, okay. Sorry. And then the next one is going to be to Heather McNeil from the Old Saybrook Chamber of Commerce. And then moving into the, thanks to Quinnipiac Chamber for the gift certificate to Body and Soul Day Spa. And the winner of that is going to be number 40, which is Jennifer Esposito from the Connecticut River Chamber. And then last but not least, the Newington Chamber and Leslie and Tiffany, they have their golf tournament coming up in August. And unfortunately, I can't be in the raffle prize, or I might mysteriously win, but it's admission to that tournament for 2 golfers. And then the drum roll, please. It's number 74 on the list, which number 74 is going to be Kathy Latham from the Connecticut River Valley Chamber. So congratulations to Kathy, and we'll be reaching out to her to let her know she won that. With that, obviously I want to thank everyone for participating this year. we went from 8 chambers last year to 15 chambers this year. We know that, as times change, not every chamber was able to participate as much as they had hoped, which is why we had some of those chambers that were below a certain threshold. And then also this year, we did adjust the qualification that we wanted at least 25 active walkers to qualify for the prizes. So, when Leslie said they came in, first over West Hartford worked really hard, but they didn't have the 25 minimum that was required for the charity of choice. And so, I'll be getting this updated, and Leslie will be out to deliver the trophy to you soon. And so in closing, I just want to thank everyone. Look forward to having this next year. And then if you have opportunities where we want to maybe do something on the wellness side in the interim, by all means, reach out to us. And before I sign off, is there anything anyone wanted to bring up or make comment on?
Yeah, well, I want to thank you for doing this, Eric. I hadn't walked since 1987. It's one of the things I did it for was personal wellness, and out of it, I learned about discipline a little bit better, and also commitment. So thank you once again, and also thank you, Glenn, and also Heather, for being part of the competition.
You're welcome, Stephen. Glad it was personally useful to you.
And
Yes.
Stephen, just so you know, Stephen wanted the standings, and now I understand why. I'll make sure that Glenn gets the New Haven Chamber standings and highlights at least his place and your place.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Eric.
Eric, I just want to say again, congratulations to all, but particularly to BlueBack Health. Great opportunity that you do to get employers involved in wellness. And like I say, Charter Oak State College was just so happy to sponsor this, and the work that we do with employers as well to helping bring educational and occupational wellness to workforces all around the state of Connecticut. We happen to be members of each of the chambers that has been so successful here. So it's really hard for us to choose. I will say Charter Oak State College did walk for the Waterbury Chamber this year. So we're pretty proud of the fact that we came in third. And actually one of the folks who won was a person at Charter Oak State College. I just recognized the name. But hopefully next year we can be walking maybe for a different chamber as well. So like I say, we have one really good walker and the rest of us are all so-so. So it depends if you want us on your team. But congrats to everybody.
Thanks, Nancy. Again, I think this was just a simple platform that we could communicate with folks, benefit some worthy organizations, have some fun, have some smart, smart talk about it. And with that said, I hope everyone has a great rest of this month and August, and the fall will be here longer than we expect, just because we don't want it to be shorter than we expect. But with that, look forward to catching up with all of the winners in a few weeks. And thanks for dialing in.